Okay, I just quickly want to share these pages because it's very rare for me to actually plan the colors of something. This is my studies for Nightmare, and I knew I wanted to do a skull. Okay. I knew I wanted to do a skull with goo running down, and it would be like the skull is like an evil god. So I went from that and I did this little sketch. Of course the skull is very inaccurate, so I did a study of a skull, bunch of this. I just wanted to see if I wanted to do eyes, and then when I got this idea, I just wanted to do the study. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this ink. After all, we'll see. But I really like how this looks, so I'll try to recreate this little aspect. Welcome to day 6. Today, the prompt for the DreamWeek Challenge 2020. Oh my god, I will get it someday right. It's Nightmare. And this is one of those that I had a very clear image as soon as I heard the prompt. I really wanted to do a sort of goo. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just I wanted to do something dark dripping over a skull. It's not that skulls are scary, but I sort of imagined the skull being almost like a god of nightmares. Something stupid like that. I honestly, whenever I try to explain my ideas, they just sound so stupid, but I really liked how this idea came up. In the beginning, I show my sketchbook, and there you can see that I tried a few attempts with ink, and the first one was just way too much bloody. And I tried this out. I thought, oh, maybe it might look cool. I honestly love how this looks. It almost looks like it's indented, and I just love it. I'm honestly so happy with this drawing. I was a bit scared at first though, because it's very different from whatever I usually do. When I showed my boyfriend, he was like, oh, it's cool, but it's so different. And I even showed my friend. Like I said, I'm very insecure about my drawings lately, but I think it's good to experiment. So here I finished pretty much everything basic, and it just felt empty. So I added some thorns, whatever you say that. But I did do them in pencil before because it's ink. If I mess up, it's there forever, so I did not want to risk it. And I also just did a few cracks in the skull because it just looked too clean. It was getting, I don't know, it was being just too clean without anything else. And I do like when skulls show wear and tear. And it's pretty rare for me to actually do a skull, a human skull at least, with the bottom jaw. I usually just do it with the upper part because, I don't know, I think it has a more iconic look that way, even though it's not as correct as you would say. But I quite like how it looks. This is me the next morning because I was getting so conflicted with this drawing. I was loving the way that it looked, but first thing, it was getting too empty. So basically what I did the night before, I took a photo of it and with my iPad, I just did a few tryouts to see what it looked like. And in one of those, I just added some sparkles and almost like stars in the goo, or whatever you want to call it. If you have a better word for it, let me know, because I really don't. And I felt like it looked a lot more like something I would do with the sparkles. It's weird that I'm still hanging so much to sparkles, but first of all, I think that they just fill out the empty space very nicely. I think they just make everything very cute. Here I did the terrible mistake. I burned the paper with my heat gun. I got way too excited, and when it was smelling burn, it was already too late. But it's not too bad. And then I just quickly grabbed my gouache. I could have used my acrylic pen, but I wanted to be a soft pink rather than a stark white. I wanted this piece to be very soft, yet to be almost to contradict the harsh tone of it. So I really like this piece so far. And I think it's my favorite so far. Let's see how the final day goes tomorrow. I haven't done the piece yet, so I really don't know how it goes. So here it is, the final nightmare piece. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Please leave a comment saying what you think of this one. Bye!